What's going on, Rocio?
We got episode 2 and with 2 special guests.
Oh man, two very good friends of mine. I know 2 awesome Allisons in my life, and you guys are about to meet one of them, and she is a straight up killer. And you are gonna meet the man partly responsible for getting me through a heartache, believe it or not. And you're about to find out how that happened, and you're also gonna get a very, very cool message. And what else are they gonna look forward to in this one?
The impact, the change that Jiu-Jitsu could bring to you.
The impact that a sport like Jiu-Jitsu could bring to you. You guys are in for a great treat. Can't wait to show you.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Triangle Hustle podcast, where life, hustle, and construction collide in the heart of California. I'm Lila, your PPE and safety expert.
I'm Rocio, saving you money with insurance and workers' comp.
And I'm Frank, for all your trash and disposal needs. Whether you're swinging hammers or closing deals, this show is built for those who want to level up in business and in life.
From the job side to the boardroom, we're bringing you real talk, real challenges, and our favorite real wins.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay, we're recording. Easy breezy, Japanesey.
Let's go.
Good afternoon. Super excited today because of our special guest. I know these 2 individuals very, very well, at least for the last, 7-8 months. And Rocio's excited because she loves to interview people that work out and do martial arts and gym and all that good stuff. But anyway, Mr. Art.
How you doing, Frank?
And the amazing Allison. Hi. And of course, Rocio. Coach, I'm so happy that you're here today. You're an inspiration to a lot of people, and everybody's about to find out why. Rocio has a bunch of questions that she wants to ask you, and we're going to get right into it. Right, Rocio?
Yes. So I love meeting people that make an impact, and it always drives me curiosity to know what started. So I have questions I'm going to be asking both of you guys, but I'm going to start off with you, Mr. Art. And is it okay to call you Art, or do you want to call Coach?
Perfect.
Or okay, Art. So
just don't call me asshole, and we're all good. Yeah.
There's no reason to call
and
you
by
that.
by the end of the show, you'll probably be calling him Coach.
Coach. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, Art. So I understand you're a Jiu-Jitsu coach and a black belt.
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you get into Jiu-Jitsu, and how long have you been doing it for?
So, great question. Been training Jiu-Jitsu for the past 14 years. What got me started in Jiu-Jitsu was my son. My son at the time was 5 years old, and he was a smaller, weaker boy. And I recognized that early on, and that was triggering to me because I was small, weak, and always felt like I wanted to be empowered.
But before you go into that, so you said it triggered you because it reminded you of yourself when you were 5.
When I was 5, and not having the tools to be able to defend myself. So I wanted to empower my son and be able to give him the gift of being able to defend himself. When I was his age, I didn't have that gift. I didn't know how to defend myself. I grew up with a single mom, never had the good fortune of meeting my dad, and always never really had that right role model in my life. That's right. Right. So he started training. I got him trained Jiu-Jitsu because I didn't want him to get bullied. Okay. So I got him into it. I realized the value of Jiu-Jitsu. And, it empowered him. And within a month, and the coach is always like pressuring me, like saying, hey, you should start training Jiu-Jitsu. I said, what the heck? I'm going to try it. And at that time, I was fat and out of shape. Didn't think I was capable.
How big were you?
I was a big boy. I was probably like
Because you're 6 feet, so
I'm
you were
6'4". Let's say I was like 210.
Okay.
I felt like I was heavy. I was not in good shape. At the time, I was 33 years old, and I thought to myself, this is what a 33-year-old should look like. And it wasn't true. I was lying to myself because I was out of shape, not feeling good about myself, and thinking.
Are there any pictures of that person?
There
anywhere?
is. I'm ashamed of that guy. But
Allison, we got to find
it's
those
who I was.
pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I
We
think
gotta
it's
find
great.
those pictures.
You know, I don't. You shouldn't be ashamed because you're no longer that guy.
No.
You know, obviously physically you're not that person.
Yeah.
But also I think it takes, because you know when you're going through that shift, your mind starts to change too, right? Because you start to like create the discipline, right?
Yes.
Because anyone like. Even me, when I snooze the button, the alarm on my phone, I feel bad because I'm like, dude, I'm cheating on myself. Like I said, I was gonna be up, now I'm 5 minutes behind. But you know, once you start making that discipline and your body starts to change, your mind starts to shift, you're a different person.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's very valuable to show people, because when you're at a low point or at that point where you're like, there's no way my body could change. Like I can't change, or I'm stuck, or I have these issues, or I've never been lean, I've always been a big person. And then to see a transformation from going from this way to this way and now changing, I think it gives people hope. It's like, oh, well, he did it. And what's the reason behind it? Because he didn't want to be bullied, because when he was 5 years old, he didn't have a dad and he didn't have anyone to go to. And he was just like, you know, because bullying is a big thing.
Big thing. And we see it with a lot of our students. And, you know, I experienced it firsthand. I didn't really have an outlet growing up on how to release my frustration. And I think that's why I had such a big mouth. One of my students, Frank, ran into one of my childhood friends, Napoleon. Ran into one of my childhood friends, Rudy. And Napoleon asked him this question. And this was the day before yesterday. On Thursday, he asked him, what was Art like when he was a kid? And it's funny because Rudy said, you know, Art had a big mouth. You know, he would have a big mouth and run off right away because he didn't have the skills to defend himself, you know. And I've been asking Rudy. Rudy's a good friend of mine, and I actually sold him a house right down the street from us. Mm-hmm. And he still hasn't come to visit the gym.
No.
So, you know, I mean, Rudy, if you're watching this video, I'm going to hold you accountable, bro.
Did you have a big mouth?
Come train, Rudy.
Because you were trying to be like the funny guy, or what? Or did you just like pushing people's buttons?
I've always liked pushing people's buttons. Yeah, that's my wife.
So you're a bully.
No, I don't know about being a bully, but you know, I guess I wanted.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted the attention. I guess if you could say so.
That's a form of getting it.
Yeah.
So Christian's 5, you're 33, and both of you guys are training.
We started.
At this point.
He started 1 month before me.
So I got before?
1 month before. Yeah. So I got hooked. I got hooked because I seen the benefits of it. And it empowered him. I seen the benefits. I started training, and you know we've had that with a lot of our kids that train. A lot of our kids start training, and the parents start training.
So as a parent, then having Christian in there as a child, as a minor, training, and then you're training. I'm assuming in the adult classes.
Yeah.
But what was the difference? Was there like it empowered him in a different way than it empowered you? Or was it sort of similar? The benefits that both of you guys had doing it together.
So it's been a bond that him and I have shared, and it's very valuable because it's something that we've commonly shared, and we've been able to bond over the years. And you know, now training 14 years, you know, we have that common bond. One of my favorite things about training jiu-jitsu is the conversations that Christian and I had after we finished training jiu-jitsu about how we rolled, what we could have done better, and how we could have improved overall. And that's carried on to our lives now. You know what I mean? On how we end our days. Mm-hmm. So, you know, training jiu-jitsu is a lot more than this just training jiu-jitsu, but it helps you have and develop better relationships with your family members and the people you train with.
So, Coach, what are some of the misconceptions that people have about training jiu-jitsu?
Great question. So, a lot of people think that if you start training jiu-jitsu, you're immediately going to get hurt. The majority of the time when you do get hurt, you end up getting hurt because your ego gets in the way. You're trying to do too much, and you force things, and then you get hurt, right? And it's usually you hurting yourself. Mm-hmm. But if it's a safe thing to do if you do it safely with the right people. So it's important who you train with. So the environment matters.
Yeah, absolutely. 1,000%. So 14 years of training. When did you decide I'm going to do my own gym? I'm going to do my own thing.
Great question. 7-8 years ago, I asked myself this question. I said, what would life be like if I were to train jiu-jitsu all day long and sell real estate on the side? I've been selling real estate for the past 25 years. And I've always seen myself as a real estate guy. And I asked myself this question. I said, man, what would it look like if I trained jiu-jitsu all day long and sold it on the side? And for the past 7-8 years, that's pretty much what my life has been. I've been training jiu-jitsu all day long, and I sell real estate on the side. The people I choke out, the people I submit, I end up selling their homes, or I sell them a home. So, which is pretty cool.
You
right?
literally lock them in.
Absolutely, right? Some people do business on the golf course, right? Some people do business on the basketball court. I do my business on the mats.
You're the first real estate person I met that does jiu-jitsu. And I know a lot. I know several, a big chunk in Chino Hills.
Yeah. That's because most of the ones hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings after all dressed up.
No, they're more like the flashy, just Instagram.
Oh, with the fake rollies.
Yeah.
No, Coach is a real deal. Yeah.
Thank you. I accept. I asked myself this next question. I said, because now I had been living that lifestyle. My wife was saying, Art, you're training too much, and I told her, hey, this is my lifestyle. This is who I am. This is not a hobby. This is a lifestyle this is who I am. She came to that realization. She accepted it. And then 4 years ago, I asked myself this next question. I said, what would life be like if I opened up my own gym? I remember I just shared this story with somebody else yesterday. But I had just left Leon Jiu-Jitsu, finished training, and I was driving home. And I said, man, what would it look like? I said, nah, I can't open up my own gym. I'm a real estate agent. I sell real estate. I'm not a jiu-jitsu gym owner. And then I said to myself immediately after, I said, why not? Why not me? Why can't I own a jiu-jitsu gym? And I did it. I started looking for locations. My drunk monkey, have you ever had this drunk monkey, this little monkey that is on your shoulder telling you, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that? Mm-mm. You ever had him? You've never had it?
Not a drunk monkey.
The little drunk monkey?
No. Rosil's drunk monkkie has horns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
the little devil.
I don't even think I want monkey, yeah.
The little devil. Okay, so, yeah, or, some people call it the little devil, right?
But to answer your question, yeah, us three hosts here at the Triangle Hustle have one thing in common, and that's we've all had our certain type of drunk monkey on our shoulder that tells us that we can't do things, and we fight off almost every day.
So I have a tendency of just flicking them off and just going after it, right? Mm-hmm. It's funny because good things have always happened to me by me just pulling the trigger. I like to find out early on that something's not for me by me trying and saying, it's not for me, then me being able to not pull the trigger and not doing it and then just thinking to myself, I could have,
living in regret.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I think to myself, Frank, I said, like, what if I wouldn't have seen my wife throw her hands up and tell me, what's up, the day I met her? My whole trajectory of my life would have changed, right?
Yeah.
What if I would have met my dad at an early age? The whole trajectory of my life would have changed, right? We have the butterfly effect, right? Mm-hmm. One decision can change the direction of your life, right? And I firmly believe that. You know what I mean? Our choices we make in life directly have a huge impact on the type of human being, the type of person we become. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So this location that we're at now, the Jiu Jitsu Training Institute,
located where?
In La Mirada. Yeah. I found this location, and it took me about a year to secure the actual spot because the property management, I couldn't align with them and the owner, and I ended up getting frustrated because the property management company couldn't get a hold of the owner. So I just looked up title and I went directly to the owner's house, knocked on his door, and I told him, hey, listen, you have this property in La Mirada that you own that you want to lease. correct? I want to lease it. Can we get something done? And we made it happen. Within 24 hours, I had the contract signed, and we got it done.
Wow.
So again, when you pull the trigger and you go after what you want, it becomes a reality. I had this saying that I learned from Napoleon Hill many years ago. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Whatever you put into your mind and you say, this is what I want. This is what I'm willing to stake existence for. And then you work towards it, it becomes reality.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Who was your first student?
Ooh.
It wasn't Allison, was it?
No, I mean, child or
No,
adult?
just first student.
Well, my son.
Your son.
My son.
Yeah.
It was always meant to be my son, my first student. And then we've had like several people, like active students right now that are still my like original first student, like from day one.
I should rephrase. Who was your first paying student?
Paying student that is still with us.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Naya, little Naya. She's one of my great white belts, our little beast. She's 6 years old.
Yeah.
She's tough. How tough is she?
Super tough.
Tougher than Allison?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whatever she does, we tell her to go with somebody way bigger than her, and she'll be like, okay, I'll do it.
Wow.
And let me share something with you. This girl, when she first started, would only do about 5-10 minutes, and then the rest of the class she'd be crying with her mom. And now she's the last one off the mat.
Wow.
So she's become a really powerful girl. She's a testament of what we do. And I'm super proud of her. Just like this girl that's sitting right next to me. Man, I look at this girl and I'm proud of her.
Let's get into.
Well, I know. I want to.
Yeah.
I'm dying to. Speak to
Everyone's
Miss
dying.
Allison,
I've told the entire podcast team all about you, or at least what I do know about you, and they're already super excited to hear your story, and they couldn't wait for you to be here. So, with that said,
So, tell the audience, how old are you, and why did you join Jiu Jitsu?
Well, I started Jiu Jitsu actually, I'm 15, and I didn't want to start Jiu Jitsu at first. I cried every day until I trained and tried my trial class. My dad was the one that pushed me. And before jiu-jitsu, I had this hair pulling disorder, and it was taking over my life. And I was so desperate to find a cure, and I went to therapy. I got like a little bracelet that would tell me when my hand would go up. And I would watch all these videos of these girls that they got over it, but it just felt like I would never get over it. And I started jiu-jitsu. I told God, if you want me to make this decision to go to jiu-jitsu, and if you're giving me this solution, then I'll do it, and I'll do it with an open heart. And I did the first class, and I fell in love with it.
yeah.
Did you ever do like any karate or any? Because this is like jiu-jitsu is not very. I wouldn't think girls your age, 16. 'Cause I know when I was 16, I didn't want to do jiu-jitsu. I was more into like how to do makeup, nails. Mm-hmm. So did you ever do like karate, or what influence? What made you say yes to it? Besides your dad.
Yeah. I did taekwondo, but all the ha and all that, I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty embarrassing. And I tried a bunch of sports like volleyball and dance, and I was not coordinated at all. And I just felt like a total klutz. And I was like, how am I going to do this super hard sport where it's only me doing, like protecting myself? And I guess I just tried it, and I was like, wow, my body can do so many amazing things if I actually try and I don't give up.
How long have you been doing it for?
A year and a half.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a
What are
very
your
long
favorite
time.
things about being in class, Allison?
I love seeing the little kids at class, them looking up to me. It's like I feel like they're my little siblings, and like their little faces whenever they just come up to me and ask me for advice. Like being able to be a role model for them when I was their age, I didn't have anybody that I could look up to. And I guess me being the role model for them, I get to be a role model for little Allison, and I get to just, I don't know. It's like, it's amazing.
So when you first started and how long soon did the hair pulling stop?
To be honest, it's never completely stopped, because there's times in my life where I'll get stressed and I'll just notice my hands are doing something that my brain is not noticing. And
kind of just like a habit, like, you know, some people eat their nails when they get anxious.
It's never completely stopped, but jiu-jitsu has really given me an outlet to get out my anxiety. And when I'm in those moments where I feel helpless, I go to jiu-jitsu, and I can really lean on my community there. And I cry sometimes, and Coach Art comforts me, and he's really been a great mentor for me, because he always makes me believe in myself. And I see how much he believes in me, and it makes me believe in myself.
That's awesome.
If you had a message for someone right now that might have a certain condition like that, or going through something hard, would you recommend jiu-jitsu to them? What would you tell them? If you were looking at staring at little Allison right now that had the hair pulling problem, what would you, but you're you now, what would you look back and tell Allison back then?
I would tell her that it's not the end of the world, and that you're going to get over it, because God is going to always provide, and you'll, like, don't get so mad at yourself, because at the end of the day, you're human and you're going to make mistakes, and it's not the end of the world. You're going to have jiu-jitsu, you're going to find your people. You may not always fit in, but that'll change, and you'll find the people that accept you for exactly who you are, and you don't have to change who you are for anybody.
Yeah. That's a very mature response, and even the way you're talking and being able to interpret your own feelings is very, very high level and mature of you, because I'm thinking to myself, so I'm 32, and I'm taking myself back to when I was 16 years old. So when I was 16, just like any teenager, you know, you have frustration, but I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of anger because of things that had happened to me when I was a kid. So as a teenager, I was just like angry, and I was looking for trouble to cause. So my outlet was hanging out with the bad kids, partying, ditching school, doing bad things. And I didn't have any role model or anyone to go to, but same thing, because I didn't understand my own feelings, and I'm seeing everybody else doing it. I thought it was normal, right? It was like, all right, cool, you party or you do things, and it's socially acceptable, so that's what you end up doing. But for you to tell teenagers that they should look for an outlet such as jiu-jitsu or physical, and to let those feelings out versus hurting yourself, because partying or even having anxiety, because I know a lot of teenagers and kids nowadays, they are really stuck to social media. I'm not sure if you're really on your phone or you have friends that are really on social media, but I've seen a lot of teenagers be on social media. They get influenced by what they see.
Yeah. I'm really grateful, because my parents don't allow me to have social media.
Oh, wow.
And at first I was upset with them, because it's like, I want to be like my friends. But now I'm happy that they made that decision for me, because at the end of the day, I'm a child, and my parents are supposed to tell me what to do, because they know what's best for me. And there's sometimes when I go on Pinterest or something, and I'll be like, I wish I looked like them. But at the end of the day, my exterior appearance is really nothing. And I think it's better for young girls and teenagers to work on their inside, like their heart, because at the end of the day, when you get older, you're not really going to have the same features, but you're always going to have your soul and your heart.
I wish I had like that thing dropping bombs, like, like that's like
Right?
that's like
Boom.
the answer winning life of like you don't understand, how many people, well, even adults don't even realize that because they're still living in that exterior world where they feel that their value comes from how they look, what they appear. And for you to be at 16 to interpret that as a woman is very, very amazing. And also to know that you know God, because when I was 16, I didn't grow up with God. So my thing was my friends, the influence, the makeup. I started wearing makeup. I didn't wear makeup until I started wearing makeup at 14, and I got really addicted to it. So I used to have like the cake face, and I had everything done. And I used to take almost like an hour or 2 hours to get my hair done, everything done. Wake up at 6 in the morning to get everything done. And I remember one time I didn't I ran out of makeup, and my mom didn't want to take me to Target because she's like, I'm not going to drive you to Target to get eyeliner. So I didn't show up with makeup, and I remember everybody was looking at me like, you look sick, or this. But I saw that. I was like, like I'm not sick. I just don't have my makeup on. But like as a teenager, you're kind of like, you care what people have to say about you. And I was like, I think I should wear less makeup so that people see that I don't look so different without makeup. But to your point, and even in society, women do care of how they look. And to your point, you should care more about your heart and how you treat other people and how you feel about yourself versus how you look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just super amazing. That's just, I didn't know that much about you. It was always cool little Allison, there smiling and doing her thing. And her and Coach Art have such an amazing relationship, and I see them rolling around, and, they spend a significant amount. But you do that with a lot of people in our gym. And one of the things that I love about going there, and Allison said it best, it's like a little community. When I met the coach and I started attending, the classes, and he'll tell the story in a little bit here on how he saved my life, because his version's a lot better than mine. But I've pulled away with some friends. I remember one time we had a barbecue and we were wondering how many people, and coach is like, don't even worry about it. People are going to show up. And they did. And my brother, after that barbecue, came up to me and was like, hey man, your new friends are so cool. It's like completely different than your old whack ass friends.
Nice.
Yeah. And
so like, can you elaborate a little bit more of like does he, like when you guys are training, is he like rooting for you? Hey, you got this, or like, how does he motivate you or encourage you?
Well, I remember my first class, I was like doing the most simple movement, and he was like screaming on the top of his lungs that he was like so proud. He was like, yes, keep going, you got it. And then I was like, wow, like he cares this much, and I've never met him before. And I already felt drawn to his character because he just radiated happiness.
Oh, there you go.
That's Art.
Radiating happiness, positivity. Mm-hmm. And then I heard you say roll on the mat. So you guys both roll on the mat, like training, or like?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, I don't know jiu-jitsu. So like that means you guys are like.
So to roll means to grapple,
okay.
Right? So where I teach you as a student a certain set of skills, a certain set of moves, and then we apply them. We apply what we've learned, and we try to submit one another. So jiu-jitsu could be broken down in 4 easy steps, right? If you and I, Rocio, were to get in a fight, stage 1 of the fight is to be able to close the distance and get you down to the ground. Why? Because if you and I are fighting, right, you have a 50% chance of knocking me out. I have a 50% chance of knocking you out. I need to minimize that and eliminate your ability to knock me out. I want to be able to close the distance and eliminate your knockout power. Make sense? Easiest way for me to do that is to close the distance and get you down to the ground. Yeah? When I do that, I need to get past your legs. Once I get past your legs, I need to enter into a dominant position, right? We go over 5 dominant positions in jiu-jitsu. Frank, can you name 2?
You're putting me on the spot. We're supposed to be
it's okay,
asking
breathe.
you the questions.
No.
Breathe, you're okay.
Teaching me.
There's side control, knee on belly.
Okay, top, pause. That's 2? Allison, give me 3.
I was gonna go for 3, but you guys stopped me.
Mount, north, south, and back take.
Back take. So we want to establish a dominant position. Once we establish that dominant position, we want to control and deplete our opponent's energy. And from there, we submit our opponent. And there in about a minute and a half, I've given you the 4 easy steps of jiu-jitsu.
And then, sorry, because I don't know anything about jiu-jitsu. My husband watches UFC fighting, so he kind of goes, "Oh, he's doing this." So, are you squeezing the person? Like when you submit someone, is that when you squeeze them?
Yeah,
or do you push them down? Because I just see, they're all like kind of like pretzeled and
Sure.
Well,
You got to try a class to find out.
Oh no.
So, what would stop you? What would be your reservation for? Like, say, no, it's not for me.
So I'm active in the sense of like I lift weights,
Nice.
but like cardio, I'm like, no, I'm like lazy. I'm naturally a skinny person, so I don't really do cardio.
Nice.
So like just like the body movement, like the force, too much like body force, just like,
I have one of those at home too. A skinny girl. My girl, my girl's 5'1", 100 pounds, probably 95 pounds. So she's small. She's also always been pretty reluctant to want to train jiu-jitsu. But, I want to personally invite you. We're going to have a self-defense class, maybe the 3rd week of February.
Okay.
For you and your husband. It's a couples jiu-jitsu class. The last one we had about, how many couples did we have? Like 20-something couples. So it was pretty cool. And
you might kick my butt
on
purpose.
I mean, it's a cool way to bond. It's a cool date night.
Yeah. Bring him. Bring Charlie. Charlie's funny.
He's a wrestler, dude. Like
Nice.
it's competitive. Like he's actually, I don't play with him because he's actually competitive. He doesn't care. He'll be like, don't care.
Nice. I want Charlie to come and beat me up. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that'd be funny.
yeah.
Funny. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
Yeah. I'll watch that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I love it.
All right. Here's an interesting question for the both of you. No, and a lot of people wanted me to ask. I'm not going to mention who, but you're always saying, walk away from a fight.
Oh yeah.
Walk away. It's not worth it. Whatever. But have any of you two had to use what we learned in a real life scenario?
Yeah. I mean, I want to share one situation. I remember when Christian was a orange belt, right, and we were changing schools. We went to go visit this school in Brea called Brea Jiu-Jitsu. Christian was doing the trial class, and this tweaker walked in. He had just broken into a house down the street, and he walked in all like drugged out, walked onto the mat with the shoes on, and there was like about 15 different kids on the mat and the instructor, and I was sitting down in the seats. At the time, I believe I was a purple belt. And this guy comes in and says, "Oh, I'm going to kill everybody here. I'm going to, beat everybody up." And here the professor's trying to defuse the situation and trying to talk to the guy. I knew there was no negotiating with this guy. This guy was like Looney Tunes, right? I got up right away. My son was on the mat. I wasn't going to take any chances and wait for anything to happen. I said, "Hey, what's going on, bro? What's going on?" He turned around, looked at me, and said, "Oh, I'll kick your ass right now." And then the instructor said, "Hey, well, let's talk about this. Let's do that." I immediately, when he turned around and looked at him, because he was facing in the opposite direction, I clinched, took him down, got to mount position. Another one of my friends, black belt instructor, grabbed him by the hands, dragged him to the back. We secured the dominant position, held him down. Someone called the Brea Police Department. Within 2 minutes, the cops were there. I held him on the Neon Valley position, and the cops arrested him. Like I said, they found out. We found out immediately after when the cops got there and arrested him that he had just broken into somebody's house. So we took what could have been a disastrous situation with a bunch of kids there and diffused it by just simply using jiu-jitsu. And knowing when to use it, right? Now, to answer your question, we teach people and kids jiu-jitsu so that they never have to get in a fight, right? Because we train so much on the mats that we look at situations where if someone does want to initiate or start a fight, we could just look at them and say, bro, if you only knew what I knew, you wouldn't be messing with me. And we could simply choose to walk away. And in many cases, that's the best thing to do, is to simply walk away. Mental jiu-jitsu, right? Be able to just say, it's not worth it, and walk away. Because last thing you would want to do is maybe hurt somebody, right? Like, let's say you get in a fight, you take somebody down, and then they hit the back of their heads, and now they're dead. Now we're dealing with a legal situation or a criminal situation where you were just trying to defend yourself, and now you have to potentially get sued by this person's family or do that. Just walk away.
Yeah. A lot of people also ask health benefits, right?
Yeah.
They're always asking, what are the health benefits of jiu-jitsu? Like, I see you guys are sweating a lot, the sweat gets everywhere. That's another one that we're going to get into that one too.
That's another one that stops
That's
me.
another one of
the body sweat.
Oh, yeah. Who wants to touch another guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a misconception. That's very much 1,000% real. You're going to be around sweat. There's no way around it. Unless you're going to do a wetsuit and wear a mask? Impossible. No. But a lot of people also, I went hiking. I'll give you guys an example. I went hiking with a friend today.
Oh.
She doesn't do a lot of cardio, but we're walking. A lot of people don't know, but you're exerting a lot of energy. You're burning a lot of, when we're rolling, when we're scenarios, whatever, for those 2 hours, we're exercising in a sense. And we're doing 2 miles straight up, and I'm cool. I'm talking. I'm not in the greatest shape, but I'm also not in the worst shape. But she was huffing and puffing 1 mile in, like, oh my God, how are you still standing? And I was cool, but I directly contribute that to the couple days out of the week that because if I'm not at jiu-jitsu, I'll go to the gym or I'll go on a hike or whatever. But jiu-jitsu helped that insanely, at least for me, the ability to just continue, just endurance.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what are the other benefits that you've seen health wise?
So I believe jiu-jitsu teaches you how to relax in stressful situations. When you have somebody on top of you and they're trying to hurt you or they're trying to submit you, it could become pretty stressful. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. That was my first day in class. I was like, what's happening here?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? What did I sign up for?
We put a lot of day one students through that situation, Rocio. We put them where they're on their back and we just simply have them escape. A lot of times I have Allison mount somebody and I say, okay, this girl, she's small. She's only 15. She's going to mount you and she's just going to control you. Your job is to escape and you have 30 seconds. The average human has about 15 to 30 seconds before they're completely gassed out. 1 minute and they're already huffing and puffing. They're ready to die, right? Because they've exerted so much energy, right? We teach our students to be calm, cool, and collected in those situations and to be able to relax, right? And Allison on a daily basis goes against a lot of adults, right? She chokes out her dad.
Wow.
And a lot of our guys are scared. Frank's scared of her.
She is, and I'm not making this up, the most dangerous person next to Coach Art in that gym. She might look sweet, angelic.
Those are the most dangerous
but
ones.
no, that's just Mm-hmm. They used to say the same thing about you, probably, huh, Rocio?
So you guys have never trained or?
I mean, we all train.
No, but together, like.
I don't see her as much. Sometimes in the evenings, but lately she's been going to catechism. But her dad and I, we were all the time. Yeah.
I like jiu-jitsu because I get to choke out my dad and my brother, and I still get to hug them after.
Hey.
Yeah. Her dad is pretty good too, just a lot heavier.
Dad's over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dad.
Yeah, but yeah, it's you'd be surprised. There's a lot of skinny people, but the 2 seconds. And
Yeah, because it's all skill set, right? Like you have to know what to do and all of that. Yeah. So what would you say is if you were to say, I'm really good at this jiu-jitsu, or like what part of it, like, are you good at submitting people? Is that a word? Submitting or taking down?
I really like tiring people out and then making them give me the submission. I don't want to force it right away.
So how do you tire someone out?
By holding the dominant position, Rocio.
You're on top of them, and you literally give them no room to breathe, and they can't breathe. And you put a lot of pressure on their stomach.
Okay.
And of course, that's going to slow their breathing down. And they're going to want to push up on your chest. And once they push up on your chest, you can armbar them. It's like a shoulder lock. Yeah. I like armbarring people.
So we named an armbar after her. We call it the Allison Special.
The Allison Special.
Absolutely. So next time you show up, we'll have her demonstrate the Allison Special.
No.
So it's
I'm just gonna surrender.
Yeah, there you go. So it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you a good example, right? And my professor shared this the other day, and I thought it was pretty insightful. If I were to bring you into my house, right, and I were to take out all the avenues of escape, I'd close all the windows and leave all the openings closed, all but one, for you to escape. That's what jiu-jitsu is very similar to. So we want to close up, like we want to pull you into our guard and control you, and only give you one avenue of escape, so that when you try to escape, the arm will be there, or the neck will be there, and then you get submitted. Make sense?
Yeah.
So there's only one avenue, and by me controlling you and just giving you that escape, and you think, oh my God, this is my way of escape, then the submission is automatically there. As opposed to me trying to control the whole body. I'm just controlling, I'm going to guide you to that. Make sense?
Okay.
So,
Coach, tell Rocio how we met.
wow, great question.
Yeah.
Great.
I want to know how he rescued you from jumping in front of a bus.
He's about to. He tells it the best way. He's about to tell you right now.
So I think it took place on a Friday, right?
I think it was a Thursday, because my first class was a Friday.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it was a Thursday evening, right? We were about to end class. I think we had just wrapped up walking out, and I see Frank walking up, and I say, oh, okay. He's standing right at the curb, and we're right off of Imperial Boulevard. And, he's contemplating life, right? Looking at the cars passing by. And I asked him a simple question. I said, hey, how's it going? Like I do to everyone that passes by. Have you ever considered training jiu-jitsu? He goes, oh, no. And right before he tried to jump in front of a car, I said, hey. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that dramatic. I asked him if he wanted to train jiu-jitsu. And and then he said, no, I've never trained jiu-jitsu. I said, well, come and take a look.
So was he just standing outside, or like?
He was going for a walk. And he was going through a tough time in his life.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. And the time. It was, oh man, almost a year, 9 months ago. And I remember I was in that, because I had taken some time off of work, and break up and everything, and I'm just trying to work out and contemplate and listening to music.
Is this before Thor?
This is before Thor. So everything in my life since I've met Coach Art started changing, and he taps me on the shoulder, and I have my headphones, and he tells we went into your gym and we talked for a while, and I was completely out of it, man. I think he knew, and because we even talked about supplements.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, I'm not doing anything tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, you are. You're gonna be here at 6 a.m. And I'm like, all right. I mean, when you're going through it, you're like, why not? What else do I have to lose, right? And there I was in the morning, and there was a big guy and a few other guys, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I'm there. And but yeah, Allison is right. Like.
So what made you want to trust this random guy you just met on the street?
I think that's what I was about to get into. Like the way Allison describes it. I mean, he wasn't cheering for me, like he was for Allison, but you should have. But no, but I think it was this just how he meets you where you're at. You know, he really does meet you where you're at, and it's a very special thing you have, because you know, you make people feel really comfortable in a very uncomfortable place. And so I learned a few things. I worked up a sweat. But here's the thing. That night, I hadn't been sleeping good because everything was going on through my head and thinking about the ex and all this stuff. And for the first time in like 2 weeks since you know, I ruined things or did whatever it was that I thought I did, for the first time in 2 weeks, I slept really well. And I woke up refreshed. And I don't think, and then that started, right? And then that started, then I go back to work, then I start going to church. Then I come to find out Mr. Coach Art here is also very spiritually inclined, and a few of the students are also very spiritually inclined, and just connecting in community and not giving me the sufficient amount of time to be depressed or to be in a slump. And here I am learning something new, but it was never about learning how to submit, you know, or learning the Allison special. It was, which I do want to learn. So I do want to learn that. So Allison's going to teach me. But it was about how to move forward in a time where I couldn't figure it out. And yeah.
Seems like that was the place that God wanted you to be at.
Yeah, exactly. You know, yeah. God sent me an angel in a gi. Wearing a black belt.
You know, I believe that the universe, God, brings you to the right people at the right time. I've always thanked God for not giving me what I want when I wanted it, because He knows when the right time is. But we have to get out of our way and let God be in the driver's seat. And sometimes that's very difficult. God always answers us in 3 ways. He tells us yes, no, or wait. Wait is the one we hate. Wait is the one we're like, oh, I want it now though, because we live just in a now space, right, where we get things instantly. But yeah, God's good. God will bring you to the right people. You have to trust it. Yeah. You know, and I'm grateful that you're with us. You know, you're an amazing human being. You've made an impact in my life. I'm grateful that, you know, we've connected, and you know, I believe that we do have a special space, a special community. And jiu-jitsu is so much more than jiu-jitsu, right, in itself, because it's the fellowship that you get. You know, the conversations that you have off the mat after class. You know, we've had many conversations off the mat. Each and every one of our students, we've connected in awesome ways.
Just a few months after that, and he's been there through the whole chapter, the closeout chapter. Just the day I met the ex for breakfast, and we came to the conclusion that there wasn't going to be a happily ever after. And I'm driving back, and the gym is open because he's talking to one of the clients, and I pull over and we have an amazing conversation. And when I thought I was going to have like the worst day of my life, I went home and I was refreshed. I was cool, and I was looking forward to next week. And it's been a progression ever since. Oh yeah, ever since. And there's days when I'm tired, and I still end up making it. I know he'd like to see me more, but then there's days when it's like work late. But lately, it's been I can't wait to be there. It's that's the energy it's been. It's been I'm driving, and I'm like trying to get home and trying to change and then get to the gym. And mostly because I know, we're going to get beat up a little bit, but I know I'm going to see my friends. There you go. I know Maxie's going to be there. I know Johnny's going to be there. And I know that in 2 hours from the moment that I step in, I'm going to feel really, really, really good. You know, Frank, really tired.
Oh yeah. You know, and that's a common thing that we hear from a lot of our students, and me personally, is when I train jiu-jitsu, I get the best sleep. I'm calm, and nothing else matters. When I'm on the mats, all the stress that I might be going through, if I'm fighting with my wife or I have a stressful day at work, none of that stuff matters. Because once I step onto the mat, everything just goes, right, goes away. And then I'm able to focus on that tough stuff. Because when you do tough shit, right, you realize that the things that you worry about really don't matter. Because at the end of the day, you get through it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I have a question for both of you guys.
Tell me.
I'll go with your 5-year plan. So we're going to start off with Miss Allison over here. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I've thought about it, and I don't know. I just want to do whatever God's will is, and I think I'd probably want to be a midwife, go to school, or something like that.
Okay. Do you still want to continue jiu-jitsu 5 years from now?
100%. I think I would work my schedule around jiu-jitsu because it's just something that I can't live without, and I think that it helps my mental health a lot and my physical health, and of course I have friends at jiu-jitsu and I have the community, and they're going to be my forever family.
Oh. What about you, Coach?
So, I mean, I want to continue growing our community, continue serving and being of service, and I want to enjoy life with my family, friends, and just be grateful for everything that comes our way.
It's amazing.
Coach, what do you want to tell somebody out there who's going through a rough patch and is contemplating trying to change their life? How do you think jiu-jitsu could help them?
Well, I could tell you this much. The people I've met along the way have enjoyed it, right? Give it a shot. See if it's for you. If it's not, I mean, at least you gave it a shot. But I think it could help a lot of people out there. And this is why we're here today. We want to share the good news of jiu-jitsu, good news of fellowship and community. If you don't have a community, maybe we can be your community. Or find a community near you. Because we all, as humans, need connection, need people in our lives. And I believe there's a lot of people out there that don't have people. Mm. So I'm grateful for the people I have and the people that God sends our way. So visit us.
Where can they find you?
So, I mean, you could come visit us at the gym here in La Mirada. You could visit us on Instagram. I'm at Jits, JITS _GIJON, or you could visit us on our Instagram on our business site, which is the JJTI, the Jiu Jitsu Training Institute.
Located in La Mirada, right behind my house.
That's it.
Yeah. So it's kind of tough to be like, oh, I wasn't home. Because the coach passes by my house almost every day.
Accountability.
Yep. I can't hide from this man. Yeah.
There it is.
And Thor likes him, so it's not like he can't. Yeah. And he likes Allison. Doesn't really like Allison's little brother, though.
He's a good-looking guy.
Tony's scared of dogs.
All the dogs?
Yeah, all dogs.
Well, Thor did bite him, though.
Oh.
A little bit, but not too much.
It was a nibble.
Yeah.
He was a puppy.
I am so very thankful for you two for making the time to come here. I'm so glad that we got your story and you said the things you said, Allison, and you're my little buddy in that gym. I love running into you when I do run into you. It's a great feeling. And Coach, I can't thank you enough for what you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to the Triangle Hustle podcast. If you like what you heard, please give us a follow, a like, and a share with anyone who might be interested in hustling with us. Leave us a comment. Let us know what other subjects you'd like the Triangle to cover. We'll see you next time.